Hey, welcome back to Sales Made Easy podcast. This is Tom at salesmadeeasy.com. Here to give you some info, tips, tricks on sales, sales forces, sales managers. So today I want to talk a little about, we're at the first of the year, right? We're coming on the first of the year and we're going, I got a new number to hit. I got to do something with my sales team. Might be a point where you're letting someone go because they're just not making it, will never make it. Might be you just need to grow your sales team. But hiring salespeople, toughest job nowadays. Sales has changed. Salespeople have changed. So you got to look different for salespeople. So if you're looking for salespeople, I'll give you a couple tips. Number one, before you start looking, first create a identity of what you're looking for. And not the typical stuff, not someone that's good at building relationships. That's always a good one. I want someone good at building relationships. Well, someone could be great at building relationships and terrible at closing. So they get a lot of friends and no business. So it's important. Plus, I'm doing an interview, people know how to build rapport in an interview. Really good at that, right? And all of a sudden you like them, and all of a sudden you want to hire them. So rapport is important, but not the most important. First, build an identity of what you're looking for. So we call it the search model here in Sandler at Sales Made Easy. But we have the search model of what we're looking for, and you develop, hey, this is the type of person. And once you develop those things, you can then figure out, okay, what questions do I ask to identify it? And part of that is, simple things of how you go to market. What do you do to go to market? So do you call on CEOs or managers, right? Plant managers, let's say. Because if typically you're selling to CEOs, you might find a salesperson that's good in a lot of areas, but only sold to plant manager. The problem is we might hire this person, not notice this one little flaw because we never checked it out. And this person could work extremely hard for us, doing a great job, and failing because they're talking to plant managers, not to CEOs. And so they're having lots of conversations. They're talking to the wrong person. So unless you know that or look for it in an interview, see, just because I found that interview doesn't mean I'm not going to hire you. But as a sales manager, I know I've got to work on you as make you feel comfortable talking to CEOs. So how do you go to market? Have you identified that? Are you the high price leader, right? Because if you're the high price leader and you hire someone as a great salesperson, but sold at the low price end, then they're going to have a problem creating value. Not that I want to hire them, but the first 3 months or so, I'm definitely going to be working with this person on creating value. So when you're hiring people, right, what are you doing different? How are you doing it? Don't just do a normal recruit. By the way, if you just do a normal interview like everybody else, you're probably going to work somewhere else. So really identify exactly who you're looking for, and then identify the red flags. What do I mean by red flag? What makes you fire people? Identify what scares you about salespeople. And it might be they don't come in on time. It might be they don't do enough calls. It could be any number of things. But there should be some red flags. Too often I see companies hire someone and give this person 6 months to a year to either prove themselves or prove themselves out. And they get really frustrated and tired of paying a draw for 9 months and then the person doesn't make it. Boy, if you develop your own red flags, you'll know within 2-3 weeks whether this person is going to make it. Because you've identified red flags that say, oh, that's a problem. That's a problem. And 3 or 4 red flags in a month, time for the person to go. And so not only do you develop those, but you tell the person you hire, by the way, I'm going to hire you, but here's my red flags. If I see these things happening, it's a problem for me. And if too many of them happen, I'll let you go early. Let them know what you're measuring them on. Why not? Why make them guess? And then what do you motivate them on? What's the purpose of your company? What's the purpose of you? What's the why behind you? There's a lot of books on what's your why. Why are you in business? How do you help society? How do you help the world? What do you do? So I think there's things you have to look at when you're hiring people. Number one, identify what exactly you're looking for. Build up your red flags so you know what would be bad for you. And then once you've done that, coach their faults ahead of time. Don't wait. Don't let them go out there and fail. You spend a lot of money in someone and there's 1 or 2 things missing that they don't know how to do. They're great salespeople. You hired them because you saw them over here and they were great salespeople over here, but they don't know how to do in your world. So you got to coach those out of them. But that's one of the things I want to think about. And then the other thing is, how do you motivate them? Money's important, but not nearly as important as, is this a nice place to work? Is this a place where I can learn, where I can grow? People don't want a pool table in the lunchroom. That's not a nice place to work. People would like to know, can I learn at this company? Can I grow? You hire someone new and young, they want to learn and grow. Give them some business, give them some access to the master class or Udemy. There's a couple places out there that give courses and give them free learning and give them the opportunity to keep growing. And you might be able to keep someone. Anyways, it has to do with looking at that and also your company culture. So that's it. I just want you to kick off the year right. If you're a sales manager, owner of a company, what you're looking for, it's going to be different than it used to be. So hopefully this helps. If not, email me at tom@salesmadeeasy more to give you some more tips on how to hire the right salesperson in 2024. Have a great year. Hope to see you next week.